I'd like to have Harrison come up for a minute. Harrison has been a wonderful help to me personally while Jerry was gone. He is running in Dover for a seat in the House. So. Harrison sent out today a notice that really piqued me. There are 2 Senate bills coming out that are insidious and are threatening to take our freedom of speech away and cut our rights. One of them is going to establish the First Amendment zones, and then the second one is going to make it so that all the ensconced incumbents get to stay ensconced and incumbent rather than being replaced. We're more equal than you. If you've ever read Animal Farm, it makes it so that those who are in and are there have an advantage over those of us who are running like Harrison, or actually, I'm not an incumbent, even though if I get back in, it'll be my second term. So
it also makes it harder for grassroots to organize.
Right. So
it essentially creates.
All right. Tell us about it, Harrison.
Basically, it requires more reporting. So if you and another person want to support one particular candidate, it basically requires you to file as a political committee and to be have reporting requirements that political candidates actually have to do, like myself. So you're just regular citizens, you shouldn't be required to do that. And even grassroots organizations like the New Hampshire Firearms Coalition and even Program New Hampshire or the others, it requires them to tell the Secretary of State pretty much everything. Anything under over $25 in contributions, expenditures, all kinds of things. The bill is SB 120. It's up for a vote in the House on Wednesday. That needs to be ITL, of course. And then the other bill is the so-called First Amendment Zone Bill, SB 319. That one is specifically targeted for reproductive facilities. It creates a buffer zone of, I want to say 25 or 30 feet, something like that.
25.
Harrison,
25.
what are those Senate bill numbers again?
Senate Bill 120.
Yep, that's a bad one.
That's the political committee one. And
Okay.
Senate Bill 319.
Wasn't there another one? That was the one that was establishing the, oh, that's the one you're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
this one basically creates a buffer zone around any, in this case it'd be Planned Parenthood, but any facility that's designated reproductive facilities. It's a buffer zone, so you can't go there holding a sign if you're within 25 feet. Or an assembly or anything. You can't really ask questions, nothing. The problem with that is it sets precedent. So if the legislature down the line could just say, you know, this business is off limits for you to protest in front of, or the Capitol steps, because we, the representatives, don't want to be, harassed by the peons of the people, yada yada.
So what can we do?
At this point, it's coming up for a vote, pass committee. So just email, call your reps.
Who's the sponsor?
Yeah, who's the sponsor?
You can look that up. Did you guys get my email with the dashboard? Okay, anyone who does not, oh, Skip, go ahead.
One thing I will add is that the U.S. Supreme Court just ruled a similar setup to be unconstitutional on First Amendment grounds. The senators and the legislators in the House were warned against this when they passed, or when they're getting ready to pass this bill. They decided to move forward with it anyways.
Right.
So all it will take will be is one person to file suit, and as it weaves its way through the court system, it too will probably be ruled unconstitutional.
Right.
That's on the abortion clinic setback.
Right.
SB 20 is going to be another devil of a problem.
Right. So what needs to happen is we need to make sure we spread the word through our Facebook and through our emails, whatever media you guys are able to get out. Call the rep. It went through committee, and they're like, "Yeah, let's pass this." I was shocked at the representatives, the senators who actually approved it. Shocked and very disappointed. And now it needs to go to the House, because the House is going to be voting on it, and they're going to be voting on it, what, Wednesday? Wednesday?
Committee.
Warren?
No, full house.
So if you want to go and protest on Wednesday, go ahead, but call on the phone. And if you guys, what I'll do is I'll send the dashboard out to you, and what the dashboard is it's a place on the New Hampshire government site, and you can look up the bills, SB, and it'll show you who the sponsors are, what's on the docket, when it's going through, what the vote, all of it. And if they were roll call votes, you'll see who voted for what. But call your state reps and call them all. And they're on the dashboard, so I will make sure, I'll send that out. If anybody in here has not received an email from Sue Lee CL, then come up here and, actually, I'll just pass this around. Most of you probably have received an email from me, but if you haven't, put your name on there, and I'll just send out another block to get it out. Wednesday is the day. So we've only got tomorrow to call the hell out of this. Okay? Harrison, thank you.
Georgia.
Okay.
I personally want to thank Harrison. Just when I was in Nevada, I talked to Susan several times, and she talked a lot about a lot of you, Jack, you included. But Harrison, she spoke a lot about what support you gave her, which was hugely important for me because she is my treasure.
Honey, don't start talking about me.
So, at any rate, I thank you so much for that. Yeah. God bless.
And he's running, so he's going to need help.
District 17, Stratford, which is wards 5 and 6 in Dover, and Somersworth, Ward 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have anybody else running for office in here in this election cycle? Mac, anybody else stand up? Warren? Anybody just want to come up here, please? Step up. We just want everybody to know who you are.
You
Warren,
coming
we know.
down, Warren? Woohoo! What's happening with Cliff?
I hope he runs.
I wanted to run.
Yeah.
Well, we should have more people standing up here. We know Harrison was just up here, so there's
I'm up
four
here.
of us. Oh, right, and don't forget, Sheriff, Jared the Sheriff.
Susan's
Right,
running
yeah,
for the House,
yeah.
yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm running if it kills me.
No.
Okay, well,
So we should ask him what they're running for.
what are you running for?
What ward?
Ward 3, Rochester. District 10, Stratford County.
I'm running for Stratford County 22, which is Ward 1 and Ward 6.
Ooh, you're
I'm going to
floating?
be replacing Roch912.
All right, we're gonna.
Great
now-
Patriots is too.
Yeah. And the rest of you, I wanted to mention just really quickly, and then we'll move on, because I'm actually breaking my own rules. Delegates.
What's that 2-minute rule?
This is very important. Every single one of you in this room, if you're not running for state rep or any of the other senate or whatever offices, run for delegate. When we start in June and you start to be able to sign up in June to run for office, the delegates actually choose the chair of the New Hampshire GOP. And Jack Kimball got his, I don't even want to say the words because they're rude coming out of my mouth, but I want to tell you that he got knifed in the back. There was a monstrous setup, and it was totally, and I can't even say it. It was BS is what it was, completely, totally BS. And we need to do it again. You guys need to be delegates. We need to get in there. We need to change the face of the Republican Party to be our faces. And then we need to put people like Jack in. He was doing a fine job. He just got, what is scuttled, what do you think?
When they scuttle the ship?
They scuttled him. And it
Knife
was-
in the back.
knifed in the back, and it was twisted too, the sons of, and I know a lot about it, and I know the background of it, and I know Jennifer Horn was in on it. Jennifer Horn was in on it, and that woman is a liar. A liar. I just want to get that off my chest because you know how I am about it, you know, not telling you how I really feel. So anyway, so you run for delegates and you get your friends to run for delegates. You go in, every single town has delegate seats. You all need to run for delegate and you need to get in there and you need to encourage people from all around the state, everyone you know, run for delegate. Jack, now that I've had my tirade and I'm way over time,
Roch TV.